Hello and welcome back to Born a Crime. Today we're going to read chapter 10 of this incredible book. Let's take a look. The title of this new chapter is A Young Man's Long, Awkward, Occasionally Tragic, and Frequently Humiliating Education in Affairs of the Heart. Part 1, The Valentine's Day. Let's take a look. It was my first year at H.A. Jack, the primary school I transferred after leaving Maryvale. Valentine's Day was approaching fast. I was 12 years old, and I'd never done Valentine's Day before. We didn't celebrate it in Catholic school. I understood Valentine's Day as a concept. The naked baby shoots you with an arrow and you fall in love. I got that part, but this was my first time being introduced to it as an activity. At H.A. Jack, Valentine's Day was used as a fundraiser. People were going around selling flowers and cards, and I had to go ask a friend what was happening. "What is this?" I said. "What are we doing?" "Oh, she said. "It's Valentine's Day. You pick a special person and you tell them that you love them, and they love you back." Wow, I thought. That seems intense. But I hadn't been shot by Cupid's arrow, and I didn't know of anyone getting shot on my behalf. I had no clue what was going on. All week, the girls in school kept saying, "Who's your Valentine? Who's your Valentine?" I didn't know what I was supposed to do. Finally, one of the girls, a white girl, said, "You should ask Maylene." The other kids agreed. "Yes, Maylene. You should definitely ask Maylene. You have to ask Maylene. You guys are perfect for each other." Maylene was a girl I used to walk home from school with. We lived in the city now, me, my mom and Abel, who was now my stepfather, and my new baby brother Andrew. We'd sold our house in Eden Park to invest in Abel's new garage. Then that fell apart, and we ended up moving to a neighborhood called Highlands North, a 30-minute walk from H.A. Jack. A group of us would leave school together every afternoon, each kid peeling off and going their separate way when we reached their house. Maylene and I lived the farthest, so we'd always be the last two. We'd walk together until we got where we needed to go, and then we'd part ways. Let's take a look at this. We have this situation here. We see that they sold their house in Eden Park to invest in Abel's garage. And then that idea fell apart. We see that the situation that Trevor and his family are living right now may not be a good situation right now. This situation isn't good, and that's something we need to notice about this chapter. This is crucial and might be important for next chapters. And now let's talk about Maylene. This seems like a very, very nice girl. And, I say that she seems very nice because Trevor, I think he loves talking to her, going back from school to his house. Yes, I think this girl might be a good one for Trevor. Let's take a look. Maylene was cool. That's it. Maylene was cool. According to Trevor, Maylene might be a person that he would like to pass Valentine's Day together with. Sorry, Valentine's with. She was good at tennis, smart, cute, and I liked her. I didn't have a crush on her. I wasn't even thinking about girls that way yet. I just liked hanging out with her. Maylene was also the only colored girl in school. I was the only mixed kid in school. We were the only two people who looked like each other. The white girls were insistent about me asking Maylene to be my Valentine. They were like, "Trevor, you have to ask her. You're the only two. It's your responsibility." Let's take a look at this. This The intention of these girls might not be to be racist, yet this is indirect racism. For the people who have watched the movie Run, in which this black guy goes to visit his white girl's family, and everyone is like just really strange and just talking to him like if he was special, when he is no special, he's just a person. And the people is like, oh, I've met a lot of people like you have, black. Why is that different from white people? This is indirect racism, such like in that movie. We can see you're the only two, is your responsibility. Why? Because I'm black? Because I'm black, I can't love white girls? Because I'm black, white girls can't love me? Because I'm black, I'm condemned to love only black girls over black men? No, that isn't true. Black people are not just for black people. People are for people. It was like our species was going to die out if we didn't mate and carry on, which I've learned in life is something that white people do without even realizing it. You two have the same. Therefore, we must arrange for you to have sex. I honestly hadn't thought of asking Maylene, but when the girls brought it up, that thing happened where someone plants the idea in your head and it changes your perception. Maylene's totally got a thing for you, does she? Yeah, you guys are great together. Are we? Totally. Well, okay, if you say so. I like Maylene as much as I liked anyone, I suppose. Mostly I think I like the idea of being liked. I decided I'd ask her to be my Valentine, but I had no idea how to do it. I didn't know the first thing about having a girlfriend. I had to be taught the whole love bureaucracy of the school. There was the thing where you don't actually talk straight to the person. You have your group of friends and she has her group of friends. And your group of friends has to go to her group of friends and say, okay, Trevor. Trevor likes Maylene. Okay, Trevor likes Maylene. He wants her to be his Valentine. We're in favor. We're ready to sign off with your approval. Her friends say, okay, sounds good. We have to run by Maylene. Then they go to Maylene. They consult. They tell her what they think. Trevor says he likes you. We're in favor and we think you'll be good together. What do you say? Maylene says, I like Trevor. They say, okay, let's move forward. They come back to us. Maylene says she approves and she's waiting for Trevor's Valentine's Day advice. Advance. The girls told me this process was what was needed to happen. I said, cool, let's do it. The friends sorted it out. Maylene got on board and I was all set. The week before Valentine's, Maylene and I were walking home together and I was trying to get up the courage to ask her. I was so nervous. I'd never done anything like it. I already knew the answer. Her friends had told me she'd say yes. It's like being in Congress. You know you have the votes before you go to the floor, but it's still difficult because anything could happen. I didn't know how to do it. All I knew was I wanted it to be perfect. So I waited until we were standing outside McDonald's. Then I mustered up all of my courage and turned to her. Hey, Valentine's Day is coming up, and I was wondering, will you be my Valentine's? Yes, I will be your Valentine's. And then, under the golden arc, we kissed. It was my first time ever kissing a girl. It was just a peck. Our lips touched only for a few seconds, but it sent off explosions in my head. Yes. Oh yes. This, I don't know what is this, but I like it. Something had awakened. And it was right outside McDonald's. So it was extra special. Now I was truly excited. I had a Valentine. I had a girlfriend. I spent the whole week thinking about Maylene, wanting to make her Valentine's Day as memorable as I could. I saved up my pocket money and bought her flowers and a teddy bear and a card. I wrote a poem with her name in the card, which was really hard because they added many good words that rhyme with Maylene. Machine, ravine, sardine. Then the big day came. I got my Valentine's card and the flowers and the teddy bear and got them ready and took them to school. I was the happiest boy on earth. The teachers had set aside a period before recess for everyone to exchange Valentines. There was a corridor outside our classrooms where I knew Maylene would be, and I waited for her there. All around me, love was in bloom. Boys and girls exchanging cards and gifts, laughing and giggling and stealing kisses. I waited and waited. Finally, Maylene showed up and walked over to me. I was about to say, Happy Valentine's Day, when she stopped and said, Oh, hi, Trevor. Listen, I can't be your girlfriend anymore. Lorenzo asked me to be his Valentine, and I can't have two Valentines, so I'm his girlfriend now and not yours anymore. She said it so matter-of-factly that I had no idea how to process it. This was my first time having a girlfriend. So at first I thought, maybe this is just how it goes. Okay, I said. Well, Happy Valentine's Day. I held out the card and the flowers and the teddy bear. She took them and said, thanks. And then she was gone. I felt like someone had taken a gun and shot holes in every part of me. But at the same time, some part of me said, well, this makes sense. Lorenzo was everything I wasn't. He was popular. He was white. He upset the balance of everything by asking out the only colored girl in school. Girls loved him, and he was dumb as rocks. A nice guy, but kind of a bad boy. Girls did his homework for him. He was that guy. He was really good looking too. It was like when he was creating his character, he traded in all his intelligence for beauty points. I stood no chance. As devastated as I was, I understood why Maylene made the choice that she did. I would have picked Lorenzo over me too. All the other kids were running up and down the corridors and out on the playground, laughing and smiling with their red and pink cards and flowers. And I went back to the classroom and sat by myself and waited for the bell to ring. Let's take a look through this. Let's take a look. This important piece of information right here when he says he was outside McDonald's and that was extra special. Don't forget that during this time period, McDonald's was like something new in that place, something never seen before. Okay? So that's why he makes emphasis on McDonald's. And then now he got his heart crushed by Maylene, yet he didn't notice that this is not how things should be going. Maylene changed the beautiful relationship she could have had with Trevor by a relationship with a guy dumb as rocks as Lorenzo. This is not good for Trevor, and this might affect Trevor in next chapters and might influence future decisions. And don't forget to keep reading and read every day, every week, every month, and every live. And see you in the next chapter, chapter 11 and chapter 12. And I'm uploading today. Have a nice one. Have a nice day. See you next time.